Hey everybody, this is Lady T and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I pour and design some of my earrings. Now I am experimenting in this video, but I hope you like it. And if you're interested in seeing what's going on, stay tuned. And don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. Alright, in this part right now, I'm just showing you what I'm using. I'm using resin and hardener I got on Amazon. And when I tell you that this resin and hardener is the absolute best that I've ever tried, it says it's going to cure in 72 hours, but I guess that's for a big job. But it cures in about 6 to 8 hours, really, if it's in a warm environment. Now I measured out 2 measuring cups full of both the hardener and the resin, and now I'm pouring them into a larger mixing cup so that I can mix them both together. It's important that you read the instructions on the box and make sure you're mixing the resin and hardener according to the instructions on the box, and their instructions are a 1-to-1 ratio. So whatever you measure the resin, you must measure the hardener as well. And you must stir it pretty good. Stir it for at least 2 minutes. And this one doesn't even have problems with bubbles. I love it. So I just showed you the 2 molds that I'm going to be using for the earrings. Excuse me, I'm going to be using more than 2 molds. But most of them are not going to be in the screen, so you're going to see me cutting and not seeing some of them in the screen. Here I'm stirring a little bit more just because it sat for a few minutes. I'm stirring it a little bit more, and in the background you can see some of the earrings that I've poured already. You can see the mica powder, and I've chose several different colors of the mica powder because I just didn't know what I was going to do. So as you can see there, I have green, I have another green and a blue, but as we go on there's gold, and there's other colors that are mixed in because, as I said, this is an experiment and I'm just trying to see what kind of colors I can get and what kind of design will come out in the earrings. So now I'm pouring the resin and hardener mix into the different mica colors, and all of them are in separate cups, as you can see. And it's important that when you use mica powder, you don't have to use a lot. A little bit of mica powder goes a long way. I promise you, it goes a long way. So please don't put a lot of mica powder in your resin, because it'll just be too much and you're wasting it. A little bit goes a lot. As you can see, I'm just trying to pour enough resin in to mix the mica powder well enough for me to be able to use it. And I just love mica powder because it's so shimmery and it just brings things to life. It really does. So I'm just stirring, and I'm going to be going through this part quickly, that I'm stirring up all the colors. And I don't want to bore you with this, but that's what I'm doing. I'm stirring up all the colors separately, using separate sticks to stir them. And now here I am going to pour the rest of the resin into the molds. And again, I didn't know that this was so out of view. However, I did pour several molds of earrings. So I'm pouring 2 to make a set, but you can't see it because it's off camera, and I do apologize for that. Now you see me using a, I don't know what to call it, it's like a syringe, but it's not really a syringe, it's a dropper. It's a dropper. And I'm just sucking up a little bit of the mica colors and just dropping them randomly into the molds. I'm using different colors. So as you can see, I'm just taking my time dropping in some colors using a dropper. Those droppers were a little bit difficult to try to squeeze in the mica powder because the mica powder is a little bit thick. in its consistency, but it's weird to explain. You just have to try it, but it's really nice. I love mica powder, and whenever I can, I use mica powder versus alcohol ink, because alcohol ink tends to spread when you drop it into the resin. It tends to spread quickly, whereas as you use the mica powder, if you drop it, it kind of just sits there. So I'm dropping in. As you can tell, you can't see the other mold, and again, I apologize for not having the other mold in view. However, I'm making earrings, so you do know that it's 2 of each. And after I finished dropping in the colors that I wanted to, I poured a little bit more of the resin on top of the mica powders that I had put into the molds. This is the boring part, but I just kind of wanted to let you see what's going on right there. The pack of mica powder that you saw me using, I did get that from Amazon, and I'm going to try to put the description of what I got into the info box under the video. The spoons that I use to scoop the the mica powder, I got those in the kit with the mica powder. But you can also get those online on Amazon. That's where I get most of my items from. If I can't get them from a local store, I usually get my items from Amazon. And as you can see in the background, I have several different types of earrings that I made using resin and mica powder, as well as glitter. I haven't tried paint on any of them yet, but right now I'm just experimenting with the resin, and I'm actually having fun with it. I'm having so much fun with doing that. So here I'm almost done. I'm just trying to put some finishing touches on there by swirling the colors together, and then we're going to let it rest, and then we're going to come back so we can actually see how these earrings turned out. Just putting my finishing touches on there. Alright, the earrings have cured, and right there I'm just showing you how I had added too much resin and it ran over and caused the earring to be malformed. So you want to be careful when you're pouring in the molds that it doesn't run over the edges, because if it does, this is what you're going to get: a malformed earring that if you don't cut it and sand it and everything, you're not going to be able to use it. So that was just a mistake, and I discarded it. But that's the other part to the earring, which really came out pretty good, and I like those as well. And I don't believe you actually saw me pour those, but it was the mold that was out of view of the camera. And again, I apologize for that, because I would like for you to see everything that I'm doing. However, I am learning, so I do wear my own products. No shame in my game. And this is another pair. For some reason, I just love these round earrings. The rounded earrings, I love them so much. And the color combination came out very pretty. So here I'm trying to put jump rings in and the earring findings, so that I can wear the earrings. And let me tell you, even with using both of those pairs of pliers, I find it difficult doing that, because sometimes my hands don't want to cooperate. And with me having lupus, sometimes it can be a tedious job. Like I have several pairs of earrings now that I need to jump ring and put the findings on, and I just haven't done it because I haven't felt like it. But look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Go girl. You go girl. Now this is another mold that I have that I love this mold too, because you can make necklaces with this, pendants with this, and you can also use these to make earrings. However, these molds are thicker, and the product that comes out are a lot heavier than the earrings that I just showed you. So it would be up to you to decide if you would like to wear heavy earrings. I like both. I like heavy earrings, and I like, well, it depends on how heavy it is. I don't want anything too heavy, but I'll be using these as pendants, and I'm just showing you basically how I put the mica powders into these molds. And I tell you, again, I'm experimenting because I just want to see what I can come up with. I wanted to see, you know, what my limits are, and there really are no limits. When you're using mica powders and you're using molds, it's completely up to you how you want your design to turn out. And you may even have a vision of how you want your design to turn out, and it might not always turn out that way. And this is what I found out about doing this project on this particular mold. The things that came out, I really do like the way they came out. However, it's a learning curve, and you'll see at the end what I'm talking about the learning curve, how you put your mica powders in, what order you put them in. Do you stir the mica powders once you get them in the mold? Do you just let them sit as they are? And again, it's totally up to your discretion. There's no right or wrong in how you want your jewelry to come out. I watch many videos, and I've seen a lot of things, but when it comes down to it, it's what I prefer. And then I also think about, you know, who my potential customers are and what they may like, because just because I like something doesn't necessarily mean that my potential customer is going to like what I like. So I have to think outside of the box and, you know, figure, well, maybe this type person might like this and this type person might like that. And then some random person might just come up and like something you think they completely wouldn't like at all. So this is when I think about it, I do think about things that I would like, but I also think about my potential customers, because it's all type of people in the world and everybody doesn't like the same thing. So I'm learning that as I do this, and I'm just learning, you know, what I can and can't do, or what I should and shouldn't do. But it's up to your own discretion. And as you can see, I did all that, pouring in that design and everything. Then I decided to mix those particular pendant molds, the colors in them. I mixed them up, and I liked the way it looked when I began to mix them. So I just kept stirring them because I thought it was pretty. And then I put more resin in, because you want the mold to be basically full, but you don't want it to run over. So that's what I did. I went back and did that. And now this is one of the gems that I did, that you saw me stirring, and this is how it came out. I think it's gorgeous. Now these are the hearts that I did, and I don't know if you could see it as I was putting the mica powders in there, but I put white in the center of it. I thought it was going to mix a little bit better than that, but the white just sat right there in the middle. I'm not too particularly fond of them, but I did show them to someone and she loved it. So everybody has something different that they like. You can never tell what someone's going to like. So it might not look as great to you as you think it should, but you never know who may like it. So let me encourage you to, if you make a mistake on something, if it's not such a disaster, don't get rid of it, because you may not know if you go to a show, a flea market, or, you know, somewhere to sell your items, somebody may very well like it because it's quirky, because it's different, because they're not going to see anybody else with anything similar to that. So they might like it. So don't be discouraged if you mess up. You know what I mean? You could have a random table with just different items on there. Somebody might like it. You never know. But again, this is Lady T signing off. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, and share if you can. And God bless you. And I look forward to doing another video for you.